Alright, so this is going to be a little bit more casual video. A lot of my longtime subscribers have been asking like, hey, what's up with the BMW? Why don't you do videos on it anymore? Do you even still have the car? As you can see, there it is. More on that a little bit later on in the video. We have to take this to the car wash and then we're going to do the obligatory 5 things that I hate about the FRS. It's a YouTube tradition. We have to do it, so let's go. Yo, I just had like a mini panic attack. So when I pulled into this bay, the key must have fell out of my pocket and went between the seats, and like for a good 3 minutes I couldn't find it. I was about to call Katie like, dude, I'm stuck in this bay, but there we go. So I'm trying to get a little bit more spontaneous with the videos, you know, just talking to the camera, unscripted. I need to get better at that. And if you notice, like my last couple DIYs, they felt more like just hanging out. So anyway, let's get right into this. 5 things that I hate about the Scion FRS, unscripted, kinda. So the first thing is just the name FRS. So the Scion FRS, Subaru BRZ, and Toyota GT86 are all the exact same car down to the nuts and bolts, same engine, same transmission, same everything, except it was only sold as an FRS in North America and only for a few model years. So now when people from around the world watch my videos, they're like, FRS, like what is that? Why does it look exactly like a GT86? Well, it is a GT86, just a different name. So I'm thinking about rebadging it just strictly for the purpose of YouTube SEO so that people can actually find these videos. But that's the first thing that I hate, is just that they called it an FRS. They should have just called it an 86. So the next thing that I hate about this car is just the fact that the build quality overall I think is really subpar, especially for a car that costs $27,000 new. Every surface in the interior is plastic. There's no sound deadening of any kind. The climate control knobs are straight out of the 1990s. Now I understand that this is an affordable sports car and they had to cut costs somewhere. You don't buy this car to be wowed by the interior, but you got to think about the other options that are out there. For just $500 more, you could get a Subaru WRX, which is a much more substantial car overall, 70 more horsepower, better interior, all-wheel drive. For $600 more, you could get a Golf GTI, which is basically a luxury car compared to this car. Even this car's closest rival, the Mazda MX-5 Miata, it seems to be a nicer interior, better build quality, and that car actually costs less than this, believe it or not. Now we got this car used for around $15,000, and at that price I can kind of forgive some of this stuff, but there's no way that I would pay $27,000 for a GT86, which is what these go for brand new. One of the most annoying things about this car that I'm surprised that nobody else mentions in their 5 things video is the fact that you can't manually reset the tire pressure. So when you fill up the tires with air, the system's automatically supposed to reset itself, but even the owner's manual actually acknowledges that that doesn't always work, and it says that if it doesn't reset on its own, to bring the car to the dealership for recalibration. So in our case, that just results in the low tire light just permanently being lit up. So I'm nitpicking a little with this one, but this car has the most sensitive passenger occupancy sensor of any car. just the weight of my camera is enough to set the sensor off. So if I'm driving and I have my camera on the seat next to me, I'll actually have to reach over and buckle the seatbelt. Otherwise, the seatbelt alarm will go off the whole time I'm driving, which is super annoying. So the last thing that I hate about this car, and this kind of goes back to the build quality, is just the overall orchestra of weird noises that this car makes. The fuel injectors kind of sound like crickets when the car's idling. You get this really weird wind tunnel noise around the mirror here that's like... And the clutch pedal, if it's really humid out, just kind of sounds like my mattress at night. And even the sound of the door, when you shut the door, it doesn't sound right. It sounds like something inside the door is broken. And so it's kind of funny because a lot of people recently have been asking what we think of the exhaust. Is it too loud? Does it get annoying? Does it drone? But honestly, the exhaust kind of covers up all the rest of this stuff. So in a way, I'm just kind of okay with how loud it is. All right, so if you own one of these cars, leave a comment and let me know what things you hate about your FRS BRZ GT86. Now, about the E90. So, to be totally honest with you, I kind of got burned out on just doing BMW videos all the time, and just hear me out on this. So when I first started my YouTube channel, it was never my intention to become like the E90 guy. I was just kind of documenting my ownership experience with the car, and fast forward a couple years, this car just kind of became like part of my brand, part of my identity, what I'm known for on YouTube. But 5 years and like 300 videos later, I kind of ran out of stuff that I wanted to do to the car and kind of ran out of stuff to talk about, I guess. I was repeating topics, you know, like, don't buy a BMW till you watch this. Don't buy a BMW till you watch this. Part 2, don't buy a BMW till you watch this with a twist. You know, I made the same video like 10 different times. And the frustrating thing was all those videos did really well and they earned a bunch of money, but just from a creative standpoint, I just started to feel burned out, just talking about the same car over and over, just kind of going through the motions of making videos. That's how we ended up with videos of like how to replace a taillight bulb. Like, I didn't wake up in the morning thinking like, man, I can't wait to film this, I can't wait to put this new light bulb in. And that's one of the reasons that I'm really excited about the FRS right now. It's just a fresh start, a fresh platform to build from. And now that Katie and I aren't saving up for a house anymore, we have a much larger budget to work with. Now, for all my loyal followers who have been with me from the beginning, we're still gonna do mods on this car. I actually have some pretty ambitious plans for it this year. We wanna get like fully adjustable coilovers, we wanna get some different wheels and really dial in the fitment on the car. But I only want to film stuff when there's something to film. I don't want to just force out content like just for the sake of making videos. So this car is still going to be a part of the channel. It's not going anywhere. I'm not getting rid of it. It's just not going to be the main focus like it used to be. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love this car. This is still my main car, my daily driver. If I have to go anywhere, this is the car that I choose to take. Just from a content perspective, I started to run out of things to talk about. I started to get bored with the videos. And it showed in the analytics too. Like, you can tell when somebody's really into it. You can tell when someone's just kind of going through the motions and doing the same thing over and over. So anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest. These bushings are so stiff right now because of the cold. It just will not turn the way that I want. That's it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think about the more laid back format. I'll see you guys in the next video. Scion FRS, Toyota BRZ, and Toyota BRZ. Imagine that.